Welcome to Sunday morning yoga. Welcome everyone from Dandara Living. I'm Harriet, I'm a yoga teacher. And today what we're going to do is I'm going to teach you some sun salutations. So with a sun salutation, it's 12 individual postures. And it's a really good way to warm up, strengthen, stretch the body. And you can use it as a full yoga practice. You can break it down and do each individual posture. Or you can use it as a warm-up before you go for a run. If you want a quick 10-minute practice before you start your day, this is something great that you can start with. And I don't think I'll say anything more. Just join in. Now you can just copy what I'm doing. I will be demonstrating the majority of what we do. So before we even begin, let's start with our feet shoulder width apart, so a little bit further than hip width apart. Have a slight bend in your knees, bring your arms down, just have a little bounce up and down, bounce on your shoulders, shake your arms. Well done for being here on a Sunday morning. Okay. Keep shaking, keep shaking. Then come to a stop. And just have a little sway from foot to foot. Sit lovely. Okay. Now come to a stop again. And let's just get the neck moving a little bit. Bring the right ear down to the right shoulder. Don't worry if you're not on a yoga mat. You just need space to step a leg back really for this session today. To take your legs wide apart, that's probably about it. Feel that lovely stretch up the side of your neck. Inhale, and exhale, roll the chin around the collarbone to bring the left ear to the left shoulder. Hold it here, just notice if one side feels a little bit tighter than the other. Notice if you've got, as you've started to slow down some moving, notice if you've got any aches and pains. Now slowly roll the head from side to side, nice and gently. Perfect. Now we never make full circles with the neck, we only ever make half circles. We never want to put that much pressure onto the top of the spine and our heads weigh quite a lot. Keep it going nice and gently, stay with me. Then tuck the chin into the chest, look down towards the toes, squeeze the chin right into the chest. Then slowly roll up the back of the neck. Have a little swing in the arms back and forth. Give yourself a smile. Perfect. Now take the feet together. Get a nice little side stretch. Inhale and exhale, slowly slide the arm down the leg. And feel that stretch coming right up the side of the body. Hold it here. Now you can bring the arm out to the side. If you've got the space in that top shoulder, you can reach the arm all the way over the top. And feel that lovely big stretch up the side of the body. Lovely. Keep breathing. Then inhale, slowly come back to the middle and drop the arm down. Come over to the other side, slowly slide the arm down. Now again, notice how your shoulder's feeling. You can either bring the arm out to the side. If you've got space in the shoulder, you can reach it all the way over the top. Stretch it over the top for that lovely big stretch at the side of the body. Take a few deep breaths. Then inhale, slowly come back to the middle and bring the arm down. Now make fists squeeze everything together. Take the feet out to hip width apart. So hip width apart is where the knobbly bits of the hips are, straight down from those points. Squeeze. Now you can watch me first of all for this bit, or you can go with me. So we're going to squeeze in all the tension like this. Take a deep breath in, and then stretch the arms out, stretch the fingers out, look up slightly and go, letting all the tension off. We're going to do it 5 times. Ready? Take a deep breath in, squeeze it all in, and let the tension off with a and one more time, squeeze that tension in, take a deep breath in, and let all the tension off with a 2 more times. One more time. Drop the arms down, bring the shoulders up to the ears, take a deep breath in. And then bounce the shoulders up and down with the exhale. Now I like to always add a little bit of a giggle where I can. So we're going to do that again. Let's see if you can let a little giggle out. Get us giggling this morning. Take a deep breath in. And can't tell me that doesn't feel good. Go again with me. Take a deep breath in. And giggle it out with it. Perfect. And let your arms drop. Now, if you've just joined, welcome. We were just doing a little bit of a warm-up before we go into our sun salutations. So if you've done sun salutations before, then it's fantastic. I'm going to go really slowly through the 12 postures. I'm going to show you what it looks like first of all. So we take our hands together, take a deep breath in and out. Breathe in, reach up and back. Breathe out, come down. Hands down either side of the feet, bend the knees. Step back. So this is just me showing you. You don't have to be going with me. Look up and back. Plank, down, cobra, downward dog. Knee down, foot forwards. Other foot forwards. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, come down. Now we're not going to go at that speed. We're going to slow it right down. Okay. So 12 postures. Let's go. So let's start. Come to the front of your mat. If you haven't got a mat, like I said, then just make sure you've got a nice big space behind you. First posture, hands together, feet hip width apart. Now let's warm up those toes. Lift all the toes up. Now see if you can bring the big toe down. Bring the little toe down. Notice how your toes are doing this morning. Maybe you haven't had time to say hello to them yet. Lift all the toes back up. Then bring all the toes down. See if you can bring them down one at a time. Then lift all the toes back up. Now this is really important for this first posture. So when the toes are lifted, the quads automatically lift and so do the stomach muscles. So we put the toes back down, but don't put any weight into them. Okay. So our starting posture, Tadasana. Take a breath in and out. Then take the arms out. Now you'll notice I turn my palms back towards me just to open the shoulders up a little bit more. Reach up and back. Posture number 2, look up towards the little fingers. Inhale. Then posture number 3, slowly coming down. Bending the knees as much as you need to take the hands down inside the feet. Release the head and neck. So our forward fold. Now let's make our way back. So this is posture number 3. Let's make our way back to posture number 2. Reach up and back, look up towards the little fingers. Then posture number 1, hands down to pray. Okay. So now we're going to keep adding on one posture and then making our way back again. Hopefully you guys have all got this. Okay. Hands together. Take a breath in and out. So this is posture number 1. Reaching up and back. Posture number 2. Look up towards those little fingers. Lovely. Then bringing the hands slowly down. Posture number 3. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Hands down either side of the feet. Release the head and neck. Now let's add on another posture. Posture number 4, take a big step back with the right foot. Take the knee down to the floor. Untuck the toes, looking up and back. So into our lunge. Now really push forwards in a lunge. So feel that stretch in the quad of the back leg. You might feel it in the hips slightly of the front. Look up, but don't take the head all the way back. Keep breathing. Give yourself a grin. You're doing great. You're staying with me there. Now let's make our way back to posture number 3 again. Tuck the toes under. Step forwards into your forward fold. Then breathe in, reach up and back. Posture number 2. Look up towards the little fingers. Then take the hands down. Posture number 1. Okay, hopefully you guys are staying with me still. Let's add another one on. Take a breath in and out. Posture number 1. Tadasana. Posture number 2, reaching up and back. Push those hips forward, look up towards the little fingers. Posture number 3, slowly coming down into your forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Now let's make sure we stay even. So this time step the left foot back, knee to floor, looking up and back. Let's add another posture on now. So this time we're going to step that front leg back and come back into plank. Now, if plank feels too much, then just bring the knees down to the floor. Doesn't matter either way. Push the weight slightly back through the heels to feel that stretch up the back of the legs. Now let's make our way back again. Bringing the right knee down to the floor. Step the left foot forwards in between the hands. Help it through if you need to. So you can always grab hold of the ankle and pull it through if you need to. Just to show you what I mean there. You can grab the ankle and bring it through. Look up and back. Tuck those back toes under. Use the leg as a lever. Posture number 3. Breathe in, reach up and back. Posture number 2. Hands down to prayer. Posture number 1. Pause a second. Let's give ourselves a little bit of a shake off before we continue. Let me know if you guys are doing all right. Sit. Keep it going. Shake it off a little. These shakes in between just allow the energy to keep flowing around the body. If at any point you need to pause and have a little shake off, then do. Okay, so hopefully you're ready now to move on to the next one with me. So let's add another posture on there. So this time we're going to come down to the floor. So hands together, inhale, exhale. Posture number 1, reaching up and back. Posture number 2, look up towards the little fingers. Posture number 3, hands round and down. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Forward fold. Release the head and neck. Big step back with the left foot. Let's make sure we stay even. Knee down to the floor. Looking up and back into your lunge. Okay. Now we added on that next one, posture number 5. Either into all fours or come up into plank. Make sure you push the weight slightly back through the heels. Inhale. Now the next posture is coming down to the floor. So either the whole body comes down in one, or you go knees, chest, and forehead. Then inhale, sliding up, untuck the toes, lifting up into your cobra. Now you should be able to lift your hands up and stay where you are in cobra. So you're not pushing into the hands to lift yourself up. Okay, so we're going to make our way back again. Hands down to the floor. Tuck the toes under. You can push straight up into your all fours or lift up into plank. Making sure we stay even. Right knee down to the floor. Left foot between the hands. Looking up and up. Tuck those back toes under. Use the leg as a lever. Step forwards. Release down. Remember, this is a pose here. Your forward fold. Release the head and neck. Then inhale, reaching up and back. Look up towards those little fingers. Then exhale, hands to prayer. Okay. Shake it off a little. Shake it off a little. Hopefully you guys are all doing all right. Now we're almost getting through it. So we're going to finish it off now. Okay. So stay with me. Hands together. Inhale, exhale, posture number 1. Posture number 2, reaching the arms up and back, look up towards those little fingers. Then exhale, slowly coming down. Posture number 3, into your forward fold. Release the head and neck. Now big step back with the left foot, knee to the floor, looking up and back, into your lunge. Okay, big step back, either into all fours, listen to your body, or come up into plank. Now really important, yoga isn't about any competition with yourself or anybody else, so listen to your body. At any point you need to pause, then do. Then coming down to the floor, knees, chest and forehead, or whole body down. Then inhale, lifting up into cobra. Tuck those elbows in, lift the hands an inch up, making sure you're not pushing the weight into your hands to lift you. Hands back down. Now this time we finish off by tucking the toes under, push the weight all the way back, then lift up out of the legs into a downward dog. Now let's just pause in our downward dog for a moment. Now downward dog isn't about getting the heels to the floor, it's about getting the length in the spine. So you can bend the knees a little and push the chest back towards the thighs. Keep breathing. The breath is the key to how the body's feeling. So if your breath is getting shallower or quicker, maybe you need to breathe a little deeper. And we always breathe in and out through the nose in yoga, unless we're doing a particular breathing exercise. Now let's finish off our sun salutation. So look forwards, bring the right knee down to the floor and step the left foot forwards in between the hands. Help it through if you need to. Up onto fingertips, looking up and back. Tuck the back toes under. So we finish it off, bringing that foot forwards into another forward fold. And breathe in, reach up and back, look up towards those little fingers. Then exhale, hands to breath. Okay, shaking off. Just going to adjust my mat a little. Hopefully you guys are doing all right. Have a little wiggle off. Wiggle off. Sounds like a game. Let's have a wiggle off. Okay, so you guys have done, if you stayed with me through the whole of that, then you guys have done sun salutation. Now, sun salutation is, so like I said at the beginning, it's 12 individual postures, but you repeat it on both sides. So when you repeat it on both sides, you're actually doing 24 postures. So we're going to go through it now, but we're going to go through it nice and gently, all in one. And I'm going to tell you when to breathe, but please don't hold your breath. There is one particular posture we hold our breath in. If you're feeling out of breath or anything like that, then just deepen the breath off a little bit more. I just want to give you one more key, especially if you've got painful shoulders. When we're doing that first bit, if your shoulders are hurting, then take your hands together. You can try this with me. You take a breath in and out. And when you reach up and back, you circle the arms around instead. Reach up and back and look up towards the thumbs. Keep the shoulders dropping down away from the ears so you get a little bit more space. And then when you come down, you circle the arms round and down again. It gives those shoulders a bit more space. Release the head and neck. Okay, so do that if your shoulders are uncomfortable. Okay, hopefully you guys are ready. Let's do this. Hands together, nice and slowly. Inhale, exhale. So circle the arms now if it feels right for your shoulder. Inhale, reaching up and back. Posture number 2, look up. Exhale, slowly coming round and down. You can circle the arms if you like. Coming down to the floor. Releasing the head and neck into your forward fold. Really drop that head and neck. Keep breathing. Then on your inhale, big step back with the right foot, knee to the floor. Untuck the toes, looking up and back. Push forwards in your lunge. Give yourself a smile here, you're doing great. So that stretch in the quad of the back leg. Then big step back with the front foot. Either come to all fours or come up into plank. And this is the posture that we hold the breath in for a moment. If it doesn't feel right for you to hold your breath today, then that's okay, or you can hold it here. Then exhale, come down to the floor. Then inhale, sliding the body forwards, lifting the chest and head. Make sure the tops of the feet stay down on the floor. Tuck those elbows in. Lift your hands an inch up. Use the back muscles to lift you. Hands back down to the floor. Tuck the toes under. Then push all the way back. Now this part's really important to get that stretch back in the spine. Then tuck the toes and lift from the legs into your downward dog. Bend the knees slightly, push that chest back towards the thighs. Keep breathing. Inhale, slowly bringing the right knee down to the floor. Step the left foot forwards in between the hands. Up onto fingertips, looking up and back. Then use that back leg, tuck the toes under, use the leg as a lever, step forwards. Back to the forward fold, release the head and neck. Now again, you can repeat it where you circle the arms around if your shoulders are painful. Bring them out in front, inhale, reaching up and back, look up towards the little fingers. Then exhale, hands to breath. Okay, so it was 12 postures. Now we did one side with one leg, so we need to do the other side now. Nice and slowly. If at any point you need to stop and come down to the floor and rest for a second, please do. This is your time. Hands together. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, reaching up and back. Exhale, slowly coming down. Inhale, left foot back, knee to floor. Untuck the toes, looking up and back. Push forwards. Feel that stretch in the quad of the back leg. Now either coming to all fours, listen to your body, or come up into plank. Hold the breath if you can. Then exhale, coming down to the floor. Inhale, lifting up to your cobra. Tops of the feet to the floor, tuck those elbows in, lift the hands an inch up. Use those back muscles to lift. Hands back down, exhale, tuck the toes under, push back and up into your downward dog. Now let's finish it off. Inhale, left knee to the floor, right foot forward in between the hands, grab hold of the ankle if you like and step it through. Looking up and back, push forwards. Tuck those back toes under. Use the leg as a lever, step forwards. Breathe in, reach up and back. Breathe out, take your hands down to breath. So that was a full sun salutation, 24 postures in total. My mat keeps sliding back from me, sorry. Okay, so again, we're gonna have a little shake off in between. To make sure that body's get that energy still flowing around so it doesn't stay static. Bend the knees slightly, have a little bounce. That's it. Perfect. Now, it's important as well to not only take time in between postures, to have a little shake off, but take time to pause and breathe. So stop in the bouncing, tuck the elbows slightly in, turn the palms forwards. If it feels comfortable for you to, then close your eyes. Remember what we did with the toes, lifting the toes up, Then put them down, but don't put any weight into them. Imagine a little gold thread pulling your spine up nice and tall from the top of your head, growing an inch taller. And just notice how your breath is feeling. So if you're breathing a little quicker, if your body's feeling warmer. Take a deep breath in. When you breathe out, make the sound. 3 more times. Then keep your eyes closed and pause. Now, before we keep going through the practice, I'd like you to imagine a set of pigeonholes and take all those cares, worries, concerns, anything that might come in and disturb you through the rest of this time today. And imagine them flying into their individual pigeonholes. Then pull a big shutter down and just leave out yoga. This is your time. Time that you've taken for you. So if your mind starts to wander, just come back to your breath, my voice, or the posture that we're working on. And hopefully by the end of the session today, when we come to pause, we'll feel a little bit lighter. Take 3 deep breaths. And on your last exhale, slowly open your eyes. Perfect. Now let's go around our sun salutation again, but this time we're going to hold each posture for 3 breaths. So this is where we can really use it as a whole yoga class, okay? So you could use it for your own daily practice. And you could work it up to holding from 3 breaths all the way up to 10. Okay. Enough from me. Let's get going. Ready? Hands together. Inhale, exhale. Take 3 breaths. Real focus on your breath. Inhale, reaching up and back. Look up towards the little fingers. 3 breaths. Slowly bringing your hands. You can come round and down. Remember, come down to the floor. 3 breaths in your forward fold. Release the head and neck. Big step back with the right foot. Knee to the floor, into your lunge. 3 breaths, looking up and back. Plank or all fours. 3 breaths. Slowly coming down to the floor, 3 breaths. Inhale, lifting up into your Cobra Bhujangasana, 3 breaths. Hands down to the floor. Tuck the toes under, push back and up, 3 breaths. Inhale, right knee to the floor, left foot between the hands. Help it through if you need to. 3 breaths into your lunge again. Tuck those back toes under, use the leg as a lever. Step forwards, 3 breaths. Inhale, reaching up and back, 3 breaths. Hands down to prayer, 3 breaths. Okay, now moving over onto the other side. Sorry, something's just popped up on my screen. Let me just get rid of that. Okay, now moving over to the other side. 3 breaths into your first posture, Tadasana. Inhale, reaching up and back, look up towards the hands, 3 breaths. Coming down, remember you can circle the arms round and down if you'd like. Coming down to the floor, 3 breaths. Release the head and neck. Big step back with the left foot, knee to the floor. Untuck the toes, looking up and back, 3 breaths in your lunge. Coming into either all fours or plank, 3 breaths. Three breaths coming down to the floor. Remember, this is called 8-point pose. So this is a posture here as we move down. Inhale, lifting up into cobra. Feet to the floor, lift the hands, 3 breaths. Hands back down to the floor, tuck the toes under. Keep those elbows tucked in as you push back and up. Downward dog, 3 breaths. Inhale, right knee to the floor. Sorry, left knee to the floor, right foot between the hands. Looking up and back, 3 breaths in your lunge. Tuck those back toes under. Use the leg as a lever, step forwards, 3 breaths. Inhale, reaching up and back. Look up towards the hands, 3 breaths. Hands to prayer, 3 breaths. Perfect. So, shaking off a little. Just be a bit more gentle because we've been holding those postures a little bit more. So now we're going to move up to 5 breaths, holding the postures for. Now, the reason why we do it in holding the postures is we can start to really feel the strength it takes to hold a posture. We can be so quick to moving on to the next thing that we don't get that full effect of one posture. So let's go now, 5 breaths in each. If you feel like you've got the sun salutation nailed, you know what you're doing, you can count your own 5 breaths and just keep going on both sides. So, ready? Hands together, 5 breaths. So in those 5 breaths, you can remember those things like lifting the toes, standing up nice and tall. Then reaching up and back, 5 breaths. So remember pushing the hips forwards, looking up, but don't squeeze off the back of the neck. slowly coming down. 5 breaths in your forward fold. Remember those things, dropping the head. See if you can straighten the legs up a tiny little bit more this time. Right foot back, knee to floor. 5 breaths in your lunge. Pushing forward a little bit more, remembering those things. Push the chest forwards, top of the foot to the floor. Well done if you're staying with me. Then come back. This is the hard one now. 5 breaths in plank. Ready? Let's go. Coming down to the floor. Now this one again is the hard one as we slowly have to move down with 5 breaths. We want to touch the floor when we've hit that 5th breath. Then lift up into your cobra. 5 breaths. Lift the hands. Notice if you're getting a little bit higher, if you feel like your chest is coming up higher this time. Hands back down, tuck the toes, tuck those elbows in, push back and up. 5 breaths. Notice if your downward dog is feeling easier. Bend those knees slightly, push the chest back. Inhale, right knee to the floor, left foot between the hands. Looking up and back. 5 breaths. Lovely, tuck those back toes under. Stepping forwards, 5 breaths in your forward fold. Release the head and neck, see if you can straighten off the legs a little bit more. Inhale, reaching up and back. 5 breaths. If your back's starting to feel uncomfortable, then squeeze the stomach muscles. And hands to prayer. Okay, so we're going to use this 5 breaths to go into the other side. Ready? Hands together. 5 breaths. Well done if you're staying with me. You're doing fantastic. We're going to move on to some quick ones after this. Lovely. Reaching up and back. 5 breaths. So remember, if that back's feeling uncomfortable, squeeze the buttocks, squeeze the stomach muscles. Imagine you're putting a tight pair of pants on. You do the zip up, do the button up, squeeze those stomach muscles up and back. Then slowly coming down. Bend the knees as you drop down. Forward fold, 5 breaths. Big step back, left foot, knee to floor, 5 breaths. Notice if one side's feeling a little bit tighter than the other. Now the trick, if one side feels tighter, is to do both sides, but hold it for double the length on the tight side. For the tricks, me. Now stepping back, either to all fours or come into plank. 5 breaths. Remember pushing the heels away slightly, spread the fingers out. Coming down to the floor, 5 breaths. You can bring the knees down straight away if you like. Keep those elbows tucked in. Lifting the chest and head. 5 breaths. Tuck the elbows in, lift the hands an inch up. Give yourself a grin, you're doing great. Hands down, pushing back and up into your downward dog. 5 breaths. So everything that happens in your jaw maps out in your hips. So if you smile, even if you're faking it, it tells your hips that they're happy too. Keep breathing. I've heard of that saying, fake it to make it, yeah. Smile until it feels good. Bring that left knee down to the floor, right foot between the hands. Last hold of a lunge. 5 breaths. Stepping forwards, forward fold, last hold of your forward fold. Make it worth it, release the head and neck. Reaching up and back, 5 breaths. Last hold of this back bend. Then hands to prayer, 5 breaths. Lovely. Well done if you're staying with me. Let's drop the arms down again. Let's giggle those shoulders out, shoulders up to the ears. Take a deep breath in. Giggle them out with a and again, deep breath in. And giggle them out with a like to inject a little laughter. Take a deep breath in. And as you drop your arms down, let out any laughter that's there. Then slowly roll back up, tucking the chin into the chest. Let's do that one more time. That was the practice one. Ready? Deep breath in. Drop the arms down, come forwards with a... Then slowly tuck the chin into the chest. Roll back up. That's really important when you come from down to up, bring the head up last so you don't get dizzy. Now, we have done the strong bit by holding the postures. Now we're going to do the quick bit. This is where you can use sun salutations as cardio, so you go quicker. And because you've held them, this should feel really easy to move straight on to the next one. Breath is really key for this part. So really listening to where I'm talking with the breath, and the breath becomes that circular movement. The only time we hold is plank. If you don't understand anything I'm saying, that's okay. Just go with it. Stay with me. Hands together. Ready? Take a breath in and out. We're going to get quicker. Inhale, reaching up and back. Exhale down. Inhale, right foot back, knee to floor. Looking up and back. Hold your breath into plank. Exhale down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back and up to downward dog. Inhale, right knee, left foot. Looking up and back. Exhale, back foot. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, hands to prayer. All right. Hopefully you stayed with me there. Keep it going. If you need to stop, listen to your body. Remember, no competition here. If you need to come and lie down on the floor, take this time. Other side, ready? Deep breath in and out. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, down. Inhale, left foot back, knee to floor. Hold the breath into plank. Exhale, down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back and up to downward dog. Inhale, left knee, right foot. Exhale, back foot. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, hands to prayer. Let's go again. Ready? Take a breath in and out. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, down. Inhale, right foot, back, knee to floor, looking up and back. Hold the breath into plank. Exhale, down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back and up to downward dog. Inhale, right knee, left foot. Exhale, back foot. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, hands to prayer. And again, ready? Other side, inhale, up and back. Exhale, hands rounded down. Inhale, left foot back, knee to floor. Looking up and back. Hold the breath into plank. Exhale down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back and up to downward dog. Inhale, left knee, right foot. Exhale, back foot. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, hands to prayer. I'm getting out of breath myself, so hopefully you guys are doing well today. Now then we're going to do this 2 more times. If you need to slow it down, you slow it down, but hopefully you're starting to feel how it becomes that nice flowing movement. Hopefully now. Okay, let's go. Ready? Inhale, exhale. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, down. Inhale, right foot, knee to floor, looking up and back. Hold the breath into plank. Exhale, down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back and up to downward dog. Inhale, right knee, left foot. Exhale, back foot. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, hands to prayer. Let's go the other side. Ready? Inhale, up and back. Exhale, down. Don't worry if you get confused with the breaths, just keep breathing. Inhale, left foot back, knee to floor. Looking up and back. Hold the breath into plank. Exhale, down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back and up to downward dog. Inhale, left knee, right foot. Exhale, back foot. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, hands to prayer. Last round. Hands together. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, down. Inhale, right foot, knee to floor. Looking up and back. Hold the breath to plank. Exhale, down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right knee, left foot. Exhale, back foot. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, prayer. Other side. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, down. Inhale, left knee, left foot. Left knee down. Looking up and back. Hold the breath to plank. Exhale, down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left knee, right foot. Exhale, back foot. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, hands to prayer. I feel like I missed half around there. Sorry if I did. Add it in if you did. I think the moving quickly has got into my brain as well. So let's just come back to where we started. Feet shoulder width apart. Slight bend in the knees. Have a little bounce. Let the breath slowly settle back to natural. Okay, so what you have got there is 12 postures that you've repeated a million times if you stayed with me. We've done quite a lot today. So we did it. We went through it nice and gently, keep this bounce going. We went through it nice and gently, learning the postures. Then we did it for 3 breaths, 5 breaths. And then we've done it quickly 3 times. So how many times is that? I don't know, about 6. It's probably more than that. 6 times 24, God knows. Hopefully your maths is better than mine. Okay. Now, we're going to do, before we come down and lie down in Shavasana for a moment, before we finish, we're just going to do a few standing postures because we've warmed up so much. We're going to use that warmth, some standing. Taking the legs out nice and wide. Now, this is one of my favorites. Turning the right foot out 90 degrees, push the back heel away from you. The legs stay straight in this posture, but you keep that leg tiny little bend. So just make sure it's not locked back, that's all. Arms up into 10 and 2. Inhale. Then exhale, hinging forwards, taking the back of the hand in front of the leg. And then you can take that top hand. You can give me a wave if you like. Take that top hand and you can keep it up, or you can take the back of the hand onto the lower back. I like to do this because it's better for my shoulder. Now you can look up towards the ceiling, look to the center, or look down to the floor. And you should feel this stretch right up the inside of that left leg into the hamstring. Let's hold it for a few breaths. It's always really important to do yoga when you're warm. Inhale, slowly come back up to the middle. Turn the feet to parallel. Turn the right foot out. Push the back heel away. Arms into 10 and 2. And hinge forwards. And again, you can repeat, taking that top hand, back of the hand onto the lower back. Obviously, when it's cold out, not always the spaces that we're doing the yoga in is going to be warm. So our sun salutation, done quickly, will really give you that warmth in the body that you need to move on to those harder postures. So it's a real whole body stretch from the toes to the top of the head. Lovely, feeling that lovely big stretch of the inside of that right leg. Then inhale, slowly come back up to the middle. Hands onto the hips, turn the feet to parallel. Inhale, stretch up, grow an inch taller. Then exhale, slowly fold forwards. You can slide your hands down your legs, release the head and neck. Then take your hands down to the floor and walk the feet out. If you've got the space in your hips, walk the feet out further. And you can keep the hands here, fingertips to the floor, or walk them back slightly and drop the head down. Hold it here for 3 breaths. Then walk the hands forwards again and heel toe the feet together. Don't just step them back towards each other till they come to hip width apart. Bend the knees and uncurl up nice and slowly. Bring the head up last. Lovely. Now just for a moment, let's see where our balance is at. Shift the weight slowly over to that right foot. Now the trick to balance, another one of my tricks. Trick to balance is to find a drishti. And a drishti is a soft gaze on a fixed point. Keep your eyes on that point, then slowly lift the right foot up. And you can take the foot onto the other foot. If that's where your balance is at today, then that's perfect. Or you can take the toes to the floor, bending the knee out to the side, or bring the foot below the knee or up above the knee. Make sure it's not on the knee. You can take the hands out to the sides, to prayer up to the top of the head or up to the ceiling. And pause here. Into your Vrikshasana, your tree pose. Now our balance changes every day depending on how we are mentally, emotionally, physically. Something that you do now might be completely different later or tomorrow. Lovely. Now try and keep your eyes on that one point, your drishti. Drop your arms down, slowly bring the foot down. Keep breathing. Shift the weight over to the right foot. Lift the left foot up. Either placing the foot on top of the other. Take the toes to the floor, bending the knee out to the side. Bring the foot below the knee or up above the knee. And pause here, taking your hands again to wherever they feel right for your balance today. Lovely. Slowly bring the arms down. Bring the leg down. And coming down to the floor. Safest way to come to the floor from standing, where you don't shift your hips, is to do this. You can copy me. Walk the hands forwards and bring the knees down to the floor at the same time as each other. Shift the weight back. Take the legs out and let's come down into Shavasana. So legs a little further than hip width apart. Let the little toe roll out. Arms out, palms up. Lying on your back. Perfect. Now I'm just going to bring this down here. As I talk you through just a moment of some relaxation. So making sure you're in Shavasana. So the legs a little further, like I said, little further than hip width apart. Let those little toes roll out. And I'll just give you a moment to find this comfortable position. So letting your breath settle back to natural. And to the sound of the singing bowl now, just allow yourself to drop into this space of relaxation. Closing your eyes. Tuck the chin in slightly, swallow and relax any tension in your jaw. Feel your body's contact with the floor beneath you. Now remembering this is the reason why we do yoga. We do all of those postures so that we can come to this place of stillness and just pause for a moment. As you watch your breath, try not to control your breathing. Your body's been doing this for you anyway. Just try and be an observer of it. Now setting yourself a sankalpa. An intention set in the present tense to go on into the future, something like, I am loved, I am present, I am healthy. And repeat it over to yourself. And at some point today, come back to this space where you can completely pause. Remembering your sankalpa, this intention that you've set. And even if you give yourself 2 minutes, 5 minutes, even 1 minute if you can, You could even put a timer on, but there's nothing else to disturb you. Where you can pause, really experience what's happening for you in your mind, in your body. Now congratulate yourself on getting through this class today. Think about your plans for the day ahead, but then come back to this moment. Start to slowly wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Now, if you want to stay here a little bit longer, it's your space, your time, you can do that. Slowly start to stretch your body as you hear the sound of the singing bowl again. Now, as you've stretched, slowly open your eyes, bend your knees, roll your body over to the left. Slowly push yourself up to seated. Now you're welcome to join in with me for this last bit. Thumb and index finger together, palms up or palms down, and we'll close our practice by first of all giving ourselves a little hug and a wiggle, a little pat on the back. The sound of inhaling deeply. And hands together to your eyebrow center. May I have laughter in my thoughts, to your lips, laughter in my words, and down to your heart, laughter in my actions, laughter in my heart. Namaste. Thank you all for joining in with me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks, Dandara Living, and all that have joined me.